ABC News has learned the January 6th committee will vote today on whether to ask the Justice Department to bring criminal charges against former President Donald Trump.
As ABC's Faith Abube reports, those charges would be related to the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol.
This morning, the House January 6 Select Committee on the verge of a historic move after months of debating whether to issue criminal referrals against former President Donald Trump in the wake of the 2021 bloody attack on the U.S. Capitol. Sources tell ABC News the panel will today make that decision, recommending that the Justice Department criminally charge former President Donald Trump for conspiracy to defraud the United States, obstruction of an official proceeding, and a rare charge accusing the former president of inciting an insurrection.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol. You'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
Over the course of 10 public hearings, the committee used the president's own words, more than 1,000 interviews with his closest allies, including members of his own family, and 140,000 documents to make its case.
President Trump summoned the mob, assembled the mob, and lit the flame of this attack.
This is someone who tried to interfere with a joint session. If that's not criminal, then I don't know what is.
The panel revealing that Trump watched the violence unfolding on television, but did nothing to stop it for 187 minutes. The former president has denied any wrongdoing.
Ultimately, Donald Trump, the president of the United States, spurred a mob of domestic enemies of the Constitution to march down the Capitol and subvert American democracy.
And criminal referrals against Trump would be significant, but largely symbolic. The DOJ is not obligated to act on the referrals. It's conducting its own investigation into the January 6th attack. But we are expecting part of a report from the committee after its meeting today justifying its actions. On Capitol Hill, Faith Abube, ABC News.
2 buses carrying migrants from the southern border arrived in New York City Sunday, and more may be on the way. In a memo, New York Mayor Eric Adams that sent to City Council, Adams said he expects 10 to 15 more buses will arrive over the next few days. The mayor says the expected lifting of Title 42 later this week will likely result in more migrants arriving in New York. The Trump-era policy had allowed the U.S. to expel millions of migrants trying to cross the border during the COVID-19 pandemic.
And Twitter deletes a new policy that banned links to certain social media platforms. The company announced the ban on Sunday morning, and in less than 24 hours, it was over. After the backlash, Twitter removed the blog post that outlined what sites users were prohibited from tweeting links to. Elon Musk also put up a new poll asking if he should step down as the head of Twitter.
FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried reportedly has reversed course and will not fight his extradition to the United States. The former digital CEO is currently jailed in the Bahamas. He's expected to appear in court later today. Federal prosecutors indicted Bankman-Fried on 8 criminal charges last week that include wire fraud and conspiracy. He's accused of misusing investors' funds. If convicted, the 30-year-old could spend the rest of his life in prison.